Sup, guys? Sorry I haven't been posting in a while. It's around that time of the year, Christmas and everything, and just excited for the Eagles. So, recap of what I have missed. I know I'm late on this. Eagles lose. I'm gonna recap the last 3 weeks. Eagles lose to the Chargers. Hurts 5 turnovers. I was not upset at the. I was upset that he did the game losing an interception in overtime. Moving on from that, I knew he wasn't gonna have a bad game like that ever for the rest of the season so far. Next week, they play the Las Vegas Raiders in Philadelphia, and the Raiders completely get blown out, which we all knew was going to happen. The Raiders were going to get whooped up by a good team. Eagles look like they're back. Okay, they play the Redskins in this Saturday. They literally played the freaking Redskins, and they won the NFC East for the first time back-to-back since 2004, when they did it 4 years in a row. And the Eagles have a great chance to go back-to-back Super Bowl champs this season. The offense is ascending. It's almost like the Chiefs. Whenever you think they're dead, but they just keep coming back. And we're just excited for everything. As an Eagles fan myself, I am just thankful for the opportunity to watch such a great football team. When you had to go back and you look at that 2019 Eagles team, they weren't that good. They had potential to win the Super Bowl, but they weren't that good. They beat the Buffalo Bills literally almost 6 years ago at this point. Which it feels like 6 years ago, but 2019 Eagles go into Buffalo, and what did they do with a not as good team as they do now? They go into Buffalo with Carson Wentz as the starter quarterback. Mind you, Jalen Hurts was not even the starter at that point. They had Carson Wentz. Miles Sanders, who was a rookie at the time at running back. They didn't really have that many good receivers. Deshaun Jackson was hurt. Oh, but wait a minute. They also had Nelson Aguilar still. They still had Alshon Jeffrey. They still had Zach Ertz. Dallas Goedert was on that team on offense. And the offensive line, they had Brandon Brooks. They didn't really have Dickerson. He wasn't on that team then. They had Mailata still. But they had Lane Johnson on the right side, of course. But this is the thing. Boston Scott was on that team too. The Eagles, they were not good in 2019. And they dropped 30 points on Josh Allen. 30 points on Josh Allen. That defense was pretty good against Josh Allen. I remember I was so happy watching Miles Sanders run for that huge touchdown that they had. It was a big one, too. And my point is, we are playing the Buffalo Bills on Sunday. We are playing those Buffalo Bills in Buffalo. Now, another recap of the Buffalo Bills versus the Philadelphia Eagles. 2023, Jalen Hurts takes the Eagles into overtime. And what happens? He leads them on a game-winning drive in overtime. The Eagles are going to be clutch. The Eagles have got this. They are DNA winners at this point with Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts has proved he is a winner. Jalen Hurts has proved he has the DNA to win at this point. He is the only quarterback in the first 5 years as a starting quarterback with the same stats as Tom Brady. That, ladies and gentlemen, that stat right there is ridiculously crazy. For all you Jalen Hurts haters, the guy's a winner. The guy's a winner. That's all he does. And then you point out the Chargers game. Oh, that's why he sucks. He's a bottom 20 quarterback. Super Bowl MVP. Guy who had the worst game of his career against the Chargers. Bounced back. Had two of the best games of the season, in my opinion. And he's playing the Buffalo Bills, who everybody is overhyping. I've seen nothing special of Buffalo. I've watched Buffalo. They escaped a win last week against the bottom-feeding Cleveland Browns. We are the Cleveland Browns, and we stink. We're a hot pile of doo-doo. That's who they almost lost to. Don't give me the Buffalo Bills are going to beat the Philadelphia Eagles talk. It ain't happening. We're going into Buffalo, and we're getting our third straight win against Josh Allen. We're moving to 11-5, and then guess what? We come back home, we play the Washington Redskins, and everything's fine. I am so, you hear me raising my voice, because I am so tired of everybody doubting this team. Everybody's saying they're the worst team in the NFL. Like, worst team in the NFL. Because they just don't like us. They don't like us. They say, they're probably the worst playoff team right now. Their offense stinks. That's what you media people are saying. That's what you haters are saying. Y'all want the Eagles to be bad. But if you actually sat down, watched the games, and was not biased to your team, you would see the Eagles' offense is looking better. It looked better against the Chargers if Hurts didn't have those turnovers. 5 total turnovers. If Hurts, then, Hurts, different story about the Chargers, right? If he doesn't go to... But then you go to the Raiders, no turnovers. He played perfect football, they win. Offense looked better. Then you go to the last week. They looked even better against the Redskins. It's like, remember the Titans, and if you ever seen the Chiefs, it takes time to get things ticking. With Jalen Hurts, every season in the NFL since 2020, he has had a different play caller, and I just can't help but wonder, how do y'all hate a guy who is on a Hall of Fame trajectory? A guy who is about to win another Super Bowl. A guy who is about to prove all y'all wrong. All y'all wrong. Jalen Hurts. And I will defend Jalen Hurts till I am blue in the face. I don't care that he had a bad game against the Chargers. I knew he was going to bounce back. I was like, okay, it's frustrating, but the offense looked better. And guess what? They're going to click in Buffalo this week. Saquon Barkley going to run all over Buffalo. And we about to see the Eagles looking like the Philadelphia Eagles going to the playoffs as the NFC East champs. And as Buffalo loses, that would be New England's opportunity to clinch their division, which I don't think they will, because they're fraudulent. Fraudulent! Just like the Denver Broncos are fraudulent. You ever watch the Denver Broncos, you know that they ain't that good. Just like the Chicago Bears ain't good. And that leads me to the next thing. All the people saying the Eagles are going to get beat by the Seahawks, the Rams. And guess what? We own the Rams. Last time I checked, since Sean McVay got hired, they haven't even beat us except for the year that Carson Wentz was super bad back 5 years ago back in 2020. Oh, snap. They only beat us one time with McVay. Don't give me that. Sam Darnold, you really trust Sam Darnold in the playoffs? That's all he did last year to win a good defense? Really? And you see that these teams are beatable. The Eagles are the best team in the NFL. I don't care what nobody says.